When it comes to happiness, most important is three things: feeling respected, feeling loved, and having purpose. If you feel respected, you feel love, and you have purpose, you will almost always be happy. Odds are very high you will be happy. But we don't always have those. Now, respect usually comes from people within your peer group. Love can come from your family, can come from romance, it can come from platonic friends. It doesn't have to be romance, but it can be. And purpose is something we have within ourselves. If we don't have it, we often try to find it. Now, I brought up earlier the idea or the story about me being in school as a kid. And as a kid, I was very happy. I felt loved. My parents gave me love. I felt respected. My parents told me I could do anything, that kind of thing. So it was nice. They respected me. That was good. But the purpose I had was school. It wasn't because I loved school. I didn't actually love school. But I was really good at school when I was a kid. When I was a little young. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Really good at school. But I was good because I had purpose. My father thought school was critical. He thought it was everything. Neither of my parents had a lot of education. My mom didn't even graduate high school. So they thought really that education was everything. That pushed me to having purpose, to being good in school. And I was. But many of you know, my father passed away when I was young. I was around 11 or 12 when he passed. And after he passed, I lost my purpose. And I became an unhappy teen because I lost my purpose. I really didn't like school anymore. I didn't care about school anymore. I cut school. I went from an excellent student to a terrible student. But there were other things. I abandoned school because I tried to find other purpose. Other things that mattered to me. Respect and love from other places. I felt love from my mother. I did. But when my father died, my mom, I thought, lost her purpose. But she didn't. I just couldn't see it. My mom was working 2 or 3 jobs, trying to keep us going, trying to maintain a lifestyle that 2 incomes was supposed to maintain that she shouldn't have tried to maintain. But I didn't know any better. I was a kid. I was 13. I was 10. I was a kid. I had no idea. And while she was working so much, while I still felt that she loved me, I felt like she had no purpose. I didn't realize that her purpose was me. I didn't see that. I was a kid. I didn't know any better. I thought my mom was lost. I thought my mom was just working because she didn't know any better, and she's working and she's wasting her time, and what a waste of time to work so much. I don't want to be like her. That was terrible. That's what I thought when I was a teenager. So I kind of walked away from her too. Having no purpose and struggling, I found one. It was Marine Corps. I joined Marines. That was my purpose. And I jumped in with both feet. My God, I love the Marines. It gave me purpose. It made me feel good. I felt respected. And I still felt loved by my troops. I had everything. I was very happy when I was in the Marine Corps. What I didn't see is that when I left, my mom had lost all purpose. My father was dead. I was gone. My mom was alone. And she couldn't handle life because she had no purpose. And me being away made her feel like she wasn't loved, at least not as much. I wrote her, and I cared about her, and I loved my mom until the day she died. I always loved her. But I don't think she felt it. She had other boyfriends, and even back then, when I was a teenager, 15, 16, I actually encouraged my mom to date. I know it seems crazy, but I did. Somehow, instinctively, I couldn't have told you then, right? I was a kid, but somehow, instinctively, I knew that my mom should have romantic love in her life. So I was very open to her dating, even though these men that she was dating, they weren't my father. I was okay with that. I wanted her to be happy. I didn't know why. I just wanted that. So I never gave her hell about men she brought home. I never gave her hell about people she dated. I was always good to her boyfriends, always, because I wanted her to be happy. I mean, she was widowed at 35. My father was 41 when he died. My mom was 35. She was widowed at 35. How could I expect her to, not date again? How could I expect her to not find love again? It's unfair of me. Even as a teenager, I figured that one out, right? I mean, many things I could not figure out, but even that one I knew. So when I left and she had no more happiness, my mom turned to drugs. First legal and then illegal. And here's the worst part. Once my mom grabbed drugs, that became her social place. That became her purpose and her love and her respect within her group. She basically abandoned me. And if any of you have had an addict in your life, if you ever have, then you know that when it's you against the drug, you lose every time. So did I. I lost. My mom and I didn't talk for a while, maybe 2 years. Hardly talked at all. I moved on. I found my respect and my love and my purpose someplace else. I was in the Marine Corps. But then my mom went to jail. I came back. I helped her out. She became part of my purpose. I became part of her purpose again. Respect and love. I mean, mom and I had a wonderful relationship until she finally passed away in South Carolina several years ago. But we rekindled that relationship because of that love and respect and purpose. That's how she was able to get back. Why do I bring this up? Because many of us are unhappy. Maybe you, someone you love, whatever the case may be. Many of us are unhappy. And we think the answer is blaming someone else. We think the answer is getting more money. We think the answer is being righteous and shaking our fist. And all these things are fine if it makes you feel good temporarily, but none of them actually make you happy. What we have to realize is when we don't have respect, when we feel like we don't have respect, we get angry. This is just human nature. The root of anger is a feeling of a lack of respect or a feeling of a lack of control, and that's why we get angry. We have no purpose, so we have no control. We have no respect, so we get angry, and we start being angry. Look at yourself if you're angry a lot. If you are angry a lot, maybe you're lacking respect, or you believe you're lacking respect. Maybe you're lacking in purpose. Maybe there's something inside of you, and maybe you got to go find that someplace. If you see someone else who's always angry or always upset, it could be that in their mind they don't get respect, or in their mind they don't have control. The reality of it is, though, here's the hardest part: we always have control. This is the whole issue of having freedom. This is why freer people are happier people. Because if you understand that you're free and you have control, you will be happier. Doesn't mean you'll be happy, but you'll be happier. If you can find your purpose, you'll be happier. If we can live with mutual respect, we'll be happier. It's how it works. Look at yourself and see how that's working. Look at yourself and see if that's what's happened to you or those around you. But here's the hardest part. If in your life you haven't had much respect, or you know someone who in life they haven't had much respect, you will find they really want it badly. They never had it or rarely had it. That's the person who gets mad fast. That's the person who attacks immediately. The second sometimes they get slighted and they're so angry. Because so often in their life they've lacked respect, or at least believe they were. Self-respect perhaps, other people's respect, and they lash out right away. Give that person some respect. Give that person some control, and watch how they begin to calm down. Watch how they start talking to you, and you can have a conversation. Whether that's on politics, family, friends, TV shows, doesn't matter. Do that and you will watch. Think about it yourself. Do you lash out quickly? Do you get upset? Do you get slighted right away? That could be you. Look at that. But not just that. What if you haven't had much love in your life? Either romantic, platonic, family, whatever. When you don't have that, you're desperate for it, and you make moves that you probably shouldn't make. If you've often had romantic life, real good romance, romantic love in your life, you're probably not rushing for a romantic relationship. But if you haven't, or you've had bad ones, you're more apt to fall into a romantic relationship very quickly and to deeply fall in because you haven't had it. If you haven't had family, you will jump into having any kind of family and take that because you haven't had it. If you haven't had good friends, you'll jump at the fact, that guy's my best friend now, she's my best friend now. You'll jump at it because you haven't had it. But what happens when you start jumping at it? When it comes to losing respect, you get angry. When it comes to having not many good romantic relationships, you jump into bad ones. You jump into them too fast, you're aggressive, and they fail. Look at yourself and those around you. Is that happening to you or not? Can you make it better? Remember, you don't have to have romantic love. You don't have to have platonic love. You don't have to have family love. You gotta have some love. That's for sure. But you can take one of the three. I hope you get all three. We all want all three. I want all three. I hope you can have all three. But at least get one. And then move to the rest. Lean on the one you have right now for the love. Or the two you have right now. And that's how you lean on that to get the third. Right? If you've got one or two, lean on the one you have to get the second or the third if you have. My mother didn't have much family. She left Germany when she was 16, 17? No. Got married when she was 17, left when she was 19, I think that's right. Came to America with very little family. She wanted family badly. So badly, she adopted me. Yes. Because why? Didn't have good family. So she jumped at getting me. I'm happy about that. I'm glad she got that familiar love from me. So that's what she did. So you'll see that constantly. But there's one more. Talk about love, about respect. Now I'm going to talk about purpose. Purpose is super important. Sadly, most of us simply allow inertia to run our life. What does that mean? That means as things happen, we react. As things happen, we jump on them. As things happen, we just do this, do that. This is love, career. How many of us know someone or have done it ourselves and we say, why do you have that job? They were hiring. That's the wrong reason to have a job. That's the wrong reason to have a career. You should have the job that you want. You should be going after that job. How about the old, why'd you date that guy? He was there. Wrong reason, right? Very often we grab the first person in front of us. It's going to be an odd reference, but for those of you who remember the Silence of the Lambs movie, when Hannibal Lecter says, we covet what we know. Yeah, that's true. We covet what we know. So that's in front of me. I want that. That's the wrong answer. You should want that because you want that, not because it happens to be in front of you. So the more you let inertia run your life, the less control you have, which means the unhappier you'll be, the angrier you will be. And when things go wrong, you won't take responsibility because you didn't make any decisions. Because you simply allowed things to happen. Well, when you allow things to happen and things go wrong, well, then it's someone else's fault, isn't it? I didn't do anything. I was just here. I have no control. You are now helpless. And helpless people aren't happy. Powerful people are happy. And you're powerful because you've made decisions. You're powerful because you've taken control. This is what matters. We should be having purpose and taking control. Because if we don't do this, guess what we'll do? As desperate people who haven't had good love will often fall into poor relationships, love relationships. People without respect will often fall into fights and battles or to gain respect. People without purpose will take almost any purpose. There's some guy yelling and screaming, I'm on board. You see people constantly out there protesting on something. Protesting on something that doesn't affect them at all. Why? Because their friends were protesting, or they saw it on TV, or it's a purpose, it's a cause, I'm there. And they have no idea why. But all of a sudden, they are the #1 expert in this. This is the #1 issue in the world. It's so important. Why? The person needs purpose. So they find the one that's there. It's better if you can find the purpose you actually want. It's better if you can find the one that matters for you. This gives you the best chance of being happy. If you're with a purpose that isn't right for you, there's always going to be a problem. And you're going to wind up jumping from purpose to purpose to purpose to purpose. You've seen people like that, or it's been you, where someone is like, I think this is critical, and I'm buying all their stuff, and I'm doing all this stuff, and then 2 years later, I don't care about that. This is the new thing that I'm so worried about and concerned about. This is the new person I'm trying to help or do, or whatever the case may be. It's common. I'm asking you to think about it. Why would I bring up happiness of all the things I could bring up? Because happy people are better people. And I mean that seriously. There is a reason why our founding documents of our country literally have happiness in them, right? Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. That's in the founding documents from 100 and 250 years ago. It's there. Why? Because people knew that mattered. It mattered then. It matters now. The movement that we have here, trying to make people freer. Making them free isn't the goal. That may make some of you, your heads want to explode. Giving them liberty isn't the goal. The goal is making them happy. The goal is allowing them to become happy. Allowing them to pursue respect and love and purpose and community and status and money or whatever they want, to pursue it the way they want to pursue it. But also something else. Allowing them to not pursue it. Allowing people to say, you know what? I'm good where I am. I don't want to strive anymore. I've made a decision. I've chosen this to be the place where I want to be. You know, I look back at my mom working so much when I was a kid, and I thought to myself, how silly is that, working so much? Why would you do that? No career, going nowhere. Why would you do that? That's what I thought. I was an ignorant kid. My mom didn't take her value from her job. She took her value from raising me, and I didn't see it because I was a dumb, ignorant kid. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. That's where she put her value in her world. Her purpose wasn't her job. Her job just paid the bill. She didn't care if she got promoted. She didn't care what was going on. She just wanted to make money. I thought that was silly. Silly me. I should have allowed my mom to be happy in any way she wanted to be. That's the goal. And sometimes people want to be free. Sometimes they don't. And it's all good. It's whatever they want to do. I brought this up because the stronger we are as people, the stronger we are as a movement. The happier we are as people, the happier we are as a movement. The movement itself, the Sharpe way, the way to freedom, is actually the way to happiness. Happy people are better people. Happy societies are better societies. Right? Happy people talk better to each other, are nicer to each other. The problem is we're always waiting for someone else to do it. Someone else is going to fix it. Some government program is going to make it better. Some policy is going to make it better. Some guy we're following is going to make it better. No, we are going to make it better. We have to look at the people we love and care about and try to help them to the best of our ability, assuming they want to be helped. And we need to help ourselves. I know this was kind of off and kind of weird, and not always what I do, but I just think it really matters. And I'm trying to show you guys something that really matters. And that's your happiness and the happiness of those around you. Remember, it's about love, it's about respect, it's about purpose. And if you can be someone's love, or someone's respect, or someone's purpose, or you can get it from somebody, please do that. It'll make us all better. If you like what I'm talking about, then do me a favor. I'm going to be talking about these kinds of things again and again and again. And as I start building the show out more, we'll have live phone calls, we'll talk, we'll take on questions, we'll take on all types of things. I'm happy to take them all on. Support the show. Go to patreon.com/sharpeway. Donate what you can. Get some cool swag. Get a cool t-shirt like this. Get a mug. Get something nice for yourself. Come on the show if you want to. It's fine too. Love to have you. Support the show, and you will see the content will just get better and better and be more pertinent to your life to make all of us happier. Have a good night.